Today's video is sponsored by Dr. Perky because I'm broke and cheap. I'm just kidding. But I actually like Dr. Perky better than regular Dr. Pepper because it's more like cherry flavored and it just tastes better. But it's not sponsored, but Dr. Perky, Food Line brand, just saying. My 3,000 subscribers might go get some now, so you should probably sponsor me for this. Help a girl out here. Everyone go tag Dr. Perky or Dr. Pepper or literally anybody in the comments below. A girl needs help, okay? Anyways, that's not what this video is about, but it could be. Besides the point, today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all what I feed my horses. I know y'all see what I'm feeding the horses all the time, but I never really broke down and explained what I'm feeding, why I'm feeding it. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to, because you can never stop learning, and I am not the most what's the word for that, knowledgeable person out there, but I try to learn as much as I can. So this is what I feed. Okay, so I give all of my horses alfalfa cubes. I did the pellets for a while. To be honest, the cubes just seem to work better for me. It's totally up to you. You can try whichever one you want if this is something that you're interested in getting it. The alfalfa is really high in protein. It's good vitamins and minerals, and it's also very digestible. However, I will say I soak all of my alfalfa that I give them. Plus, I think it's good because I'm making sure that they get all their water that they need as well. But you can see, so I have pretty much tried every grain out there that there is, and I've had issues. Almost with every grain I would find some sort of issue or something, and all the ingredients would be so unnecessary, and they just weren't that good, and there was constant issue and battle with something. And also you can give alfalfa to pregnant mares, and I know certain grains you cannot give to pregnant mares as well, so this is also a plus side for that. But I have had issues in the past with keeping weight on horses with grain, and it was just give them more and more and more. Alfalfa, I'm not having to give as much feed or alfalfa cubes to them as I were to be doing with grain, and it is so much better for them. And I know there's an old wise tale, okay, let's just see. This is how much Cody gets. Lenny gets a full scoop, and then Rango gets just this little scoop. And you can see, you've seen my videos, they're all looking very good. They're very healthy weight. They are not starving, and they are not overweight either. So I just want y'all to take that as reference. 3 different horses completely opposite from each other, and they're all doing just fine on it. Now, I know there is an old wise tale or whatever it is, and they all say oh, don't give your horses alfalfa, it makes them hyper. Okay, sure, it probably would make your horse hyper if your horse is in a stall 24/7 and you are not exercising it and you're just letting it sit there, just like any other grain would, okay? I have done this, and I have not seen any change in they're not going crazy. They act just fine. Now, however, the horses do have some manners. They're not going to be psychopaths. Okay, so most people that are saying that just have bad horses who don't respect them and they have not trained them properly, or their horse is sitting in the stall 24 hours in a day and not getting exercised or getting to move around, okay? All that is a wise tale. I don't think it's true. I just don't think it's true. I have not seen it happen yet, so. Besides the alfalfa cubes, I don't give Rango and Cody anything. However, I do give Lenny some flax, which I will show you. Which you can kind of see in his bucket there, that yellow stuff. This is what it looks like. I'm going to try to zoom in. That yellow stuff over there. And it comes, well, I don't know if it actually comes with this or we bought it. I don't really know. But it comes with this Triple Crown scoop. Jeez, I can't talk. And it has a thing on here somewhere. Oh, 1 pound Triple Crown Golden Guard flax. You can see it at the top there. You can measure it. You don't have to give them. I don't give Lenny that much. But there's a thing on there that for different measurements or whatever for whatever you need best for your horse. Now, I am not the feeding genius here on YouTube or anywhere for the matter of the fact. My mom knows more about all of this stuff than I do, and I should have brought her to do that. Maybe we'll do an episode on that where she explains it, because she studies the heck out of this stuff. I have no idea, pretty much. I'm just very breaking down basics here with you. If you want to know more, go figure it out or put in the comments and I would get mom to do an episode on this stuff. But from what I understand, the flax is good for immune system, helping keep the weight on. It's good for their coat, their hoofs, literally anything you can think of. And so that's what I give it to Lenny, just because he is he needs a little bit more than the other horses do. Cody and Rango were like very easy keepers, and Lenny has gained a lot of weight since we switched to alfalfa, like, because he used to be so underweight, and he's looking so much better. So I just give that to him to kind of maintain that, because I don't want him losing anything. No other dirty mirror. But when it comes to soaking the horses' grain, I'm going to show you how much I do it. I like to let it sit for like 10 minutes would be nice. If I'm going out of town, sometimes I'll soak it like for the other person, like the morning of the feeding. I typically soak it for like 10 minutes. Sometimes I literally just put the water in and take it out, because none of them are chokers. But if you do have a horse that is known to choke, I would soak this for like 20-30 minutes to a couple hours. But I'm going to show you what I do. So this is Lenny's, and I do have to soak his a little bit more because of the powder. I'm just going to mix it around in there. And I'm using hot water just because it's cold. And I want it to get to like the top where I can't really see any dry spots. Same thing with Cody's. I don't typically give her as much because she doesn't have the powder. But just get it where it's not, don't see any dry spots. Those are good. And then we got Rango's. And I soak his to the top of his scoop. And that's all for the So as far as hay goes, I kind of do a mix. My main source of hay is an orchard grass fescue mix, and it's always in very good condition. I have had some orchard grass fescue mix and some just fescue hay that is not good, and I would not give to horses. Be very picky on hay. This hay is always the exact same, and I got really lucky with it. Absolutely love it. The horses love it, and they do good on it year round. So it is orchard grass fescue mix. Cannot speak. I will show you what it looks like. So I just got a load in, so it's kind of cluttered mess in here, but this is what it looks like. It's probably like, I don't know, 50 pounds, I would say. Like, some of them can be pretty heavy. The horses 3 flakes. Feeding wise, it depends on if they're in, they get hay twice a day. In the winter time, well, in the winter time they get hay twice a day. If they're in, they typically go through, I'm giving them 3 flakes morning and night, and then typically a few flakes in between. As soon as they finish their hay, if they're in their stalls, they get more immediately. Whenever they're outside and the weather is nice, they do not go through as much hay. When in the summertime, I only give them like maybe 1 flake a day, and except if they are in, or if it's raining or bad weather or anything and they're in, then they're a regular 3 flakes per feeding, however that is. If the grass is looking good and their main grass, I'm only giving them typically 1 to 2 flakes a day. So I don't go through as much as I do in the winter time. I do give them some alfalfa hay, kind of like a mix, usually like half a flake mix in with theirs, so you can get like a compressed belt at Tractor Supply. I don't always do this. I'm pretty much just doing it for the winter time right now. When they were in for the snow, I went to Tractor Supply and got some just to give them a little extra something. Alfalfa also coats the lining of their stomach and helps with ulcers as well, and it, like, if your horse shows any sign of ulcers or anything like that, or they stomach issues, alfalfa is extremely helpful. Well, that's pretty much all as far as my feeding is. Pretty simple. Actually, sorry, it's so windy. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But if you have any questions on this or would like to see more information on the health side of things, I'll definitely get my mom out because she's smarter than I am on this. But yeah, just let me know.